Good morning, 8th grade. How are you today? Today, inshallah, we will start a new module, which is Module 5. The title of the new module is You Can Do It. In this module, we will learn these outcomes. After we finished our lesson, you will be able to predict the meaning of the new vocabulary items, listen to the rules of different sports games. Before we start, look at the photographs. What sports are these people doing? In the first picture, here we have volleyball, which is كرة الطائرة. And on the second picture, we have ice diving. Ice diving. Okay. Now, please open your student's book on page 49. Okay. Look at the box below. You have the new vocabulary of this module. The first word, judo, which means رياضة الجودو. This word is a noun, which means Japanese sport in which you must throw your opponent. For example, learn judo to get fit and defend yourself. Look at this picture. As you see, this is the judo game. Okay. The second word, tennis. لعبة التنس. Tennis is a noun, which means is a game played with two opposing players, singles or pairs of players doubles, using tightly strung rackets to hit a ball of a specified size, weight, and bounce over a net on a rectangle court. For example, I watch tennis and my neck hurt from moving it left and right. The third word, table tennis, which means طاولة التنس, also is a noun and which means is a game played on a flat table divided into two courts by a net. It is a fast sport that requires quick reflexes and great hand-eye coordination. For example, the wind blew the ball and made table tennis impossible. Number 4, Puseball. Puseball, which is a game that is similar to volleyball, but it is played on trampolines, as you see in this picture. For example, try Puseball to practice lots of skills. Number 5, ice diving, which is similar to scuba diving under a layer of ice. For example, I was ice diving and catch a big fish. Okay, and number 6, volleyball. Volleyball, which is a game in which players use their hands to hit a leather ball over a high net. For example, teamwork is important in volleyball. Okay, and the last word here is hockey. Hockey. Okay, the definition of this game or of this word, a game played between two teams of 11 in which players use sticks to hit a ball. As you see in this picture, they use sticks to hit the ball into a goal. It can also be played on ice. It could be played on ice or it could be played on ice. For example, do you prefer hockey on grass or on ice? Yes. Okay. And now, so we have judo, رياضة الجودو, tennis, لعبة التنس, table tennis, which is طاولة التنس, volleyball, ice diving, الغوص في الجليد, volleyball, كرة الطائرة, and رياضة الهوكي. Now, let's move to page 50. Okay. Before we start reading the article, you have to answer the sport quiz. The title of the lesson here on page 50, you have to play by the rules. أي يجب أن تلعب ضمن القواعد، قواعد اللعبة. Okay. Here we have 6 questions about sports. Sport quiz. You have to answer these questions to check your sports information. Okay. Question number 1. Can you play football indoors or outdoors? Number 2. Can you kick the ball in basketball? Can you use any metal in a judo competition? Can you hit the ball with your hand in tennis? Can you hit the ball with your head in football? Can you use your feet in hockey? The answer of this question, it could be yes, I can, or no, I can't. If you want to explain your answer, you can do it. Okay, now let's move to the article. The title of this article, The Rules of the Game. Okay, before we start reading this article, we have to learn the meaning of the vocabulary of this article. Pitch, which mean أرض الملعب، ملعب كرة القدم. Pitch، ملعب كرة القدم. Referee، حكم. Court، ملعب التنس. Umpire، حكم، ولكن في لعبة التنس أو في ألعاب أخرى. Net, which mean شباك. And rackets mean مضرب. Okay. Now let's move to the article and let's please listen and please write down the meaning of the new vocabulary. Okay. The rules of the game. قواعد اللعبة. Football and tennis are both very popular sports and people play them all over the world. What are the rules? Are they the same now as they were when people first played these sports? بيحكي لنا كرة القدم والتنس كلاهما رياضات شائعة, very popular. Popular mean شائع. And people play them, الناس لعبوا هذه الألعاب أو all over the world, من كل أنحاء العالم. What are the rules? ما هي قواعد هذه اللعبة? Rules mean قواعد. Are they the same now as they were when people first played these sports? هل هذه القواعد نفسها التي كانت تلعب عندما بدأوها في بداية تعرفهم إلى هذه الألعاب؟ Are they the same now? Or is it change or not? Okay. Before 1863, not everyone played football with the same rules. قبل عام 1863 لم تكن لعبة كرة القدم تلعب بنفس القواعد. Some people picked the ball up and ran with it. بعض الناس كانوا يلعبوا لعبة كرة القدم بأنهم يأخذوا الطابة، يلتقطوا الطابة ومن ثم يركضوا بها. Okay? And the 1863 لكن في عام 1863 there were new rules and these rules are used now. من ذلك التاريخ أو من ذلك العام أصبح هناك قواعد للعبة كرة القدم وهذه القواعد لا زالت تستخدم الآن. Okay. You play football on a pitch. Each team has to have 11 players. كل فريق يجب أن يكون لديه 11 لاعباً. Have to mean يجب. Have to mean يجب. You play football on a pitch. لعبة كرة القدم تلعب على ملعب يسمى pitch. ملعب كرة القدم mean pitch. One player in each team, اللاعب من هذا الفريق, we call him the goalkeeper. يعني from these 11 players, there's one is the goalkeeper, which is حارس المرمى. He has to stand in the goal. يجب أن يبقى واقفاً في الجول في المرمى. The goalkeeper can pick the ball up. الحارس يجب أن يلتقط الكرة and throw يرميها or kick it to the players أو يرميها إلى اللاعبين من نفس الفريق. Okay? The other players have to kick the ball. يجب أن يركلوا الكرة to the other players. You cannot touch the ball with your hands. Now, the rule of one of the rules of the football game, you cannot touch the ball with your hands. Okay? The referee watches the game. الحكم يشاهد اللعبة. He makes sure players follow the rules. يجب أن يتأكد من أن اللاعبين يتبعون قواعد اللعبة. Okay. Now let's move to the last paragraph. People began playing tennis a long time ago. بدأ الناس يلعبوا لعبة التنس منذ زمن طويل مضى أو منذ زمن مضى. First في البداية how they were playing. They hit the ball with their hands. في البداية كانوا يرموا الطابة بأيديهم. Then they used a glove. بدأوا يستخدموا a glove. Finally they used rackets. فيما بعد استخدموا أخيرا يعني توصلوا إلى استخدام المضرب rackets. You have to play tennis on a court with a net. لعبة التنس تلعب على ملعب كرة التنس يسمى court. And this court, it should have or include a net, شباك. In the middle of the court, it should have a net. تمام. Okay. So you have to hit the ball. You have to hit the ball over the net. تضرب الطابة over the net with a racket بالمضرب. You have to hit the ball inside the lines so you have to hit يجب أن تضرب الطابة داخل الخط للفريق المقابل لك. You can't throw the ball. لا يجب أن ترمي الطابة. Okay, and you have to have an umpire. الحكم في لعبة التنس we call him an umpire. The umpire decides, الحكم هنا يقرر if a player wins a point. إذا اللاعب حرز على نقطة أم لا. Okay. That's it. And now let's move to the questions below. Read the text again, then answer these questions. The first question. How do you think players should behave when there is no referee watching the game? In your opinion, how do you think players should behave when there is no referee watching the game? Okay, let's see the answer. I think the players should behave according to the rules of the game. Okay, question number 2. Find two differences between the rules of tennis and the rules of football. You have to find from the article, you have to find two differences, اختلافان, between the rules of tennis and the rules of football. The first difference between them, tennis is played on a court, whereas a football is played on a pitch. An umpire watches a football match. To earn point in football, you must kick the ball into the goal, whereas in tennis, you must hit the ball over the net. Question number 3. What are the other rules for playing football? In the article, there are many rules of playing football or a football game that mentioned in the article. So now, can you mention other rules of a football game? Okay, here we have the players cannot touch the ball, the players cannot touch the other team players, and football match is usually 90 minutes. The last question here, does this article contain mainly facts or opinion? Give two examples from the text to support your answer. Okay, this article contains mainly facts. For example, each team has to have 11 players. This is a fact. We cannot change or we cannot be able to change this rule in football game. Second one, you have to play tennis on a court with a net. You cannot be able to play tennis on a court without net, or you cannot play tennis on a pitch. So we cannot change this rule in tennis game. And the last one, football and tennis are both very popular sports. This is a fact. Football and tennis are both very popular sports. Okay, and now we finished page 50. We learn a new vocabulary and we solve the questions about the article. Okay? Thank you for watching and see you inshallah on the next lesson. Goodbye.